Hey guys, I could see a lot of beautiful faces. So if everyone could turn on their videos, it would be nice. Uh, yeah, it's been 2 weeks since we had our last meeting. A lot of things have gone on during these two weeks. Something that I can remember is my favorite channel, Cartoon Network, that got that stopped broadcasting. There may be other lot of things happened during the last 2 weeks. There were puja holidays, and most of us would have had um, a quality time with our families and friends. So, that being said, let me welcome you all to the 61st meeting of Technopark Toastmasters. So, I will be your sergeant at arms for the day, and about our organization. This was Toastmasters was started by this guy called Ralph Smith to promote public speaking. Let me quote the mission of a Toastmaster Club. We provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. So before we start our meeting, we should follow some ground rules. First one, we should refrain from making any reference to religion, politics, or sex, which may hurt others' sentiments. Also, please turn off noise-making devices like mobile phones or put them in silent mode. When someone else is speaking, please avoid cross-talking. Considering this virtual setup, please ensure that you are mute when you are not speaking, and I request all the guests to introduce yourself by putting a message on the chat, mentioning your name, your organization, and how you came to know about this meeting. And if you are interested in joining the club, you may stay back after the meeting and reach out to us. Once again, I welcome all of you to Technopark Toastmaster meeting. I would like to invite our president for his address, Toastmaster Prakash, who is a technology consultant at Tata Alexi, who likes traveling, reading, and good design. Over to you, Prakash.
Thank you, Ashik, for that warm introduction, warm welcome and warm introduction. It was really good. And we are back after 2 weeks, and welcome everyone to Technopark Toastmasters meeting number 61. Do we have a guest today? Vivo V2135, the guest.
Hi, I am Santosh. I am the one today join.
Okay.
I am also from
Yeah. Would you like to unmute and come on video and introduce yourself maybe in 30 seconds or 1 minute?
Okay. Actually, okay. I will give me a couple of minutes. I will.
Okay, no issues. We will come back towards the end for the introduction.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Santosh. Yeah, today we are, first of all, as the president of Technopark Toastmasters Club, let me declare this meeting open. Today we have a really interesting topic, a really interesting person, fear of the unknown. We all would like to hear about this topic. We all have these fears in various areas, and we are looking for some tips. And of course, why we have these fears, how we can overcome this. And I don't think anyone else could talk about this topic other than Toastmaster Radhika. Talking about Radhika, she's a HR professional with 20 plus years of experience, currently heading the HR division at Ozone Intel at Hyderabad. And she is someone who is a passionate public speaker and who always likes a debate. And I still remember one topic, particularly she has shown an image about the difference between equality and fairness. I still remember that picture that spoke a lot. And today, I'm sure she's going to give something extraordinary like that to all of us. With that note, I would like to invite Toastmaster Radhika onto the virtual stage. Toastmaster Radhika, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, President Toastmaster Prakash and fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm so glad that, I'm picking up this TMOD role after a while. And we have the role players and prepared speech and the table topics and all the segments ready for the day. And so now I picked up this title, Fear of the Unknown. So as Prakash mentioned, what exactly is this? Did you Google this word? I did. First, when I heard this word, fear of the unknown, I Googled. And the algorithm has thrown an interesting array of articles and definition back at me. And one particular one was like the psychological term for fear of the unknown is xenophobia. Now I have to Google back again to know what xenophobia is. In modern usage, this word has evolved to mean fear of strangers and foreigners. But in its original meaning, it is much broader. It includes the fear of anything or anyone that is unfamiliar or unknown to us. Now it resonates, isn't it? Now you know, okay, at different stages through life, all of us have encountered this fear of the unknown in varying degrees. Do you remember or recall any such fear from your life? The phobias that we encountered and overcome? Fear of the unknown that we are still facing. Can you just use the chat to describe the fear of the unknown that you are encountering in one word or in one phrase? I'll come back to that later. We'll pick it up from there. So when you're talking about this fear of the unknown, I have encountered this paralyzing and suffocating fear in many critical phases in my journey. I hope you understand, you connect with what I'm trying to tell you. This is mostly fear of failure, the fear of rejection. What if I attempt this and fail? What if I ask and get a no? And fear of ridicule. What if people laugh at me? What if I make a fool of myself in front of the audience or that group of people? But if you think back again, as a child, did you have that fear? Children are daring, aren't they? All of us as children doesn't have any fear, any inhibitions. But then we were all conditioned with constant reminders of possible threats and dangers that could affect us. Don't touch, you will burn your fingers. Don't climb, you might fall. Don't run, you will trip. So all these constant warnings that created a lot of red flags in our mind. As a child, we grow up, and then these fears and conditioning takes a different level, going to higher studies outside. So at that juncture, again, the fear of the unknown kicks in. Taking a job abroad, again, changing a career path, choosing a new life, leaving a bitter relationship. Think about all those scenarios. All this become Herculean tasks because we have become creatures of habits. We are comfortable in our safe zone. There's a cocoon of relative peace, comfort, familiarity around us. So now we are not that comfortable venturing out into explore any new vistas or address our own inhibitions or those holdbacks. A lot of things are inside us that holds us back, but we are not comfortable addressing them anymore. This is the state that I would like to call the fear of the unknown in our personal space. We pretend that we are safe and happy and comfortable in our cocoon simply because the fear of what lies ahead, which is unknown to us, stops us from exploring life, exploring opportunities. If you look at this career, in my career, I was working in Allianz for a long time. The initial years were very good and a lot of learning, a lot of opportunities. After a certain stage, 5 years, good, 10 years, excellent. After that, I was actually, in fact, only floating around. Lateral growth, as we call in the corporate circle. We are given one responsibility, then moving to another, and you're just floating around. And the world and the market outside is growing. There's a dynamic growth in IT industry, in HR. It goes through a lot of transformation from this traditional HR to, this HRBP space and cultural HR with DEI as a major part. But I'm here in my cocoon, very comfortable and not venturing out. So this is when something actually snapped at some point in time. So after 16 years, I challenged myself. I addressed my fear of the unknown. I stepped out to the outer world. So, somebody working in a government job or in a very established organization, they get into the sense of security and comfort in their place, and they will never venture out. But after venturing out, I realized the world opens up with a lot of opportunities for anyone who dared to do that. So addressing that fear of unknown at the personal level is something that we all can explore, just like taking one small step at coming to the Toastmasters meeting, and then taking a small role, and then start speaking. And then you will start loving to hear the voice, your own voice. And you will try to modulate that a bit. You will try, look at the mirror and start speaking. And you would want to speak in small audience groups, small groups. And then, my aspiration is to become a public speaker. I don't know when I will make it. If I ever will be able to achieve that dream. But, I'm setting a very high standard for myself and saying, okay, I don't know what lies ahead, but I would definitely like to try that out. So this is fear of unknown for me. I have seen this fear of ghost as and superstitions, public speaking, fear of strangers, wow, fear of animals. All this becomes things that hold us back from exploring our true self, attaining our potential. So all these fears we can tackle one by one. Even if it is ghost, the moment you realize that ghost is just a story, children's storybook, it's something from the storybook, you will stop fearing ghost. Just like animals. So all these things, this is something that we can all tackle one by one step at a time. Just like I am tackling my fear for public speaking by being part of Toastmasters and taking every opportunity to speak. So thank you very much for this. I would like to listen to your feedback. So when you look at the Toastmasters structure, we have 3 very distinct structured programs in a day, isn't it? This 1.5 hours. The first segment would be the prepared speech, and the second segment will be the table topic speech and this options, and the third one will be the evaluators giving you feedback. So all these 3 segments are very important in the success of Toastmasters. It all has the learning opportunities. So moving on to the roles that are defined today, we do have Toastmaster Dave, the most dynamic Toastmaster in our club, who is very active, bringing in changes, new activities, and then encouraging all of us to participate in that. He is doing dual role today as the speech evaluator and also as the general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Dave, for explaining your role and moving on to the next segment. Thank you.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. That introduction really made my weekend. I'm feeling so happy that on Saturday morning, someone uploading so much, it will make my weekend so happy. So going on, today I'm playing the role of a dual role, as Toastmasters mentioned. As part of my first role, general evaluator, I'm going to evaluate or give feedback to each and every role player. Every role player, 1 + 1 minus what they can improve upon. So not only speaking today, I have to listen carefully. I have to put my thinking hat and analyze people's how they have spoken today. So with that, I'm not going to do my role alone. I have my team with me called as tag team. So their introduction, I think most of the members would have known, and unfortunately, I don't have ready in hand. Today, they are going to be supporting me. So first, we'll start with a timer. Toastmaster Geetha is going to play the role of a timer. Toastmaster Geetha, could you explain your role to us? The screen is all yours. Geetha, you're on mute.
Good morning. Greetings, Toastmasters of the day, the fellow Toastmasters and guests. As timer, I will time all the speakers today, which includes prepared speeches, table topic speakers, and the evaluation. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and the red cards. I will be showing it shortly, which denote specific times remaining depending on their speech. For the table topics, the speaker should limit their remarks to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will show the red card. You will get a grace period of 30 seconds to wind up for each. The red card remains displayed until you finish and hand over the control pad. For the icebreaker speeches should be of between 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will show the green card. At 5 minutes, I will show the yellow card. At 6 minutes, I will show the red card. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes for this, I will show the green card. Again, for the at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will show the red card. And please give me a time. How to share this screen?
There is a share screen option after chat.
There is a green button that you can see at the bottom.
If you see below participants,
yes.
and
Is it visible?
no, not yet. Yes, yeah, it's visible.
This is the green, this is the yellow, and the red background, which I'll be showing it. Thank you, and over to Toastmaster.
Thank you for that slow and clear explanation. So we'll move on to the next team member, rack counter for today. Anu, please welcome and give your introduction about the role rack counter.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dev. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. the role I'm playing today is the arc counter role. So as part of this role, what I would do is I would be closely monitoring your speeches and monitoring the usage of words and sounds that are used as filler or crutch words. I would be listening attentively to all your speeches, and during the meeting, I'll be noting down the usage of overused words like and, well, but, so, you know. In addition to that, I will also be monitoring the usage of filler sounds like and all that. At the end of the meeting, I'll be giving a report against each of the speaker on the usage of all these filler words. That is what I'm planning to do for the day today. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Dave.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anu, for that explanation. Moving on, we have someone who is going to play the role of a grammarian. So let me welcome Toastmaster Jisha to explain the role. Toastmaster Jisha.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Toastmaster Dave, for giving me the opportunity in my very second meeting to be the grammarian. So as a grammarian, I'll be looking into all the wrong usages of words like grammatical mistakes that we tend to do. So I'll be looking into those words. And I also want to introduce you to the word of the day. So shall I share my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay. So the word of the day is embolden, which means to give someone the courage or confidence to do something. And the usages are his success emboldened him to expand his business. And the coach hoped his speech would embolden his team to win the match. So try using the word of the day in whenever you speak in. So this will be made a note on if you're using this or not. So try using the word of the day. I'll be stopping my share. Yeah. So over to you, Toastmaster Dave.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jisha, for the explanation. So best wishes to all the speaker today, and back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Radhika.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Dave. We are moving into the next segment of prepared speech. We do have the speaker here and also the evaluator. So can I pass it back to you, Dave, for introducing the speaker and the topic of the day?
Thank you. Once again, good morning, fellow Toastmaster. So Radhika, you can do the honor of introduction. I will give about the objective. So the objective today, Kavitha is attempting her first speech from the dynamic leadership path, and the speech is all about icebreaker. So the purpose of this project is for member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. Just an informal way of introducing and learn the basic structure of public speech. All the very best, and back to you, Toastmaster Dave, for introduction.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dave. So Kavitha Sudhakaran, she is attempting her icebreaker speech in her chosen pathway, dynamic leadership. Kavitha Sudhakaran is a software professional from Trivandrum. She has part of Technopark for a long time and currently on a break. And she enjoys learning new things and experimenting. And the topic of the speech, the title is A Little Bit from Every Place. Speaker, Kavitha Sudhakaran. Kavitha Sudhakaran, a little bit from every place. Over to you, Kavitha, for your first icebreaker speech.
Thank you, TMOD. Simple questions in life don't always have a simple answer. If you ask me, where are you from? You put me in a dilemma. Should I give you the simple answer or should I give you the complete answer? TMOD, fellow Toastmasters and guests, it is my pleasure to present this icebreaker speech a little bit from every place. I was born in Trivandrum. My parents were working at Pune, and it is in Pune that I did my preschooling. 2 years down the lane, I had a younger brother. By the time I was ready for schooling, we moved to Kolkata. Kolkata was this old, rustic, extremely dirty, and extremely crowded city. But there were two things very good about Kolkata. First, its love for art. And second, its love for sweets. And I picked up both from Kolkata, my love for painting and my sweet tooth. I never picked up speaking Bengali, but any day I could follow a Bengali movie without subtitles. In 1991, when I was in 6th standard, we moved to Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu. That was a year Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated by an organization called LTTE. The newspapers those days was awash with stories about these encounters. So I picked up the newspaper to read some of these stories. There was gun fights, battles, death, and all that. So this was giving me the kick that my children these days get from video games. Anyway, the positive outcome was it introduced me to the world of learning, reading essentially. I became a lifelong reader. I still enjoy reading the Hindu. At school, we had gardening classes. So we set up a green patch in front of our school. Our first garden, however, was eaten up by cows that strayed into the campus. The first garden may be gone, but my love for gardening is still there. I have a kitchen garden on my terrace. I tend to it, I dig dirt. So that is part of me. And those cows taught me the first lesson in risk assessment and risk management. I joined for engineering at a nearby college. There was nothing good about the college, nothing remarkable about the college. Only good thing was the lunch breaks, wherein I was introduced to extremely simple and good Tamilian food. And this experience emboldened me to take up cooking. I still experiment in my kitchen. I use kitchen to tune my management skills like resources allocation and timing and scheduling. So kitchen is essentially my laboratory. 2001 was a sad year, a tragic year. My father met with a road accident and he passed away. Next year I graduated and we moved back, relocated to Trivandrum. My family was in Trivandrum. My extended family was in Trivandrum and I made Trivandrum my home. Down the lane, I welcomed 3 more people into my family. My husband, Sunil, and our children, 2 children, Nitya and Siddharth. Coming back to the original question, where are you? Where am I from? My answer is, I am from every place, a bit from every place I have been. Thank you very much.
Wow, this is lovely. We got to know about Kavitha a little more, a person who carries a little bit of everything from the places she has been to and the experience that she has gone through. So that's a lovely icebreaker speech. And I'm so glad that, we are having this great time of listening to people, knowing people. And the next segment of this Toastmasters meeting is definitely the table topic marathon. We will have next 30 minutes dedicated for this. And we have our favorite Toastmaster and the president of Technopark Trivandrum, Technopark Toastmasters Club, Prakash here. A pleasure to welcome him always and then introduce him. He is a known face and a very congenial personality who had been able to connect with all the members, pull us together, get going. So he is a great influencer as well. So it's a pleasure to work along with Prakash in this Toastmasters Club. And today, I'm looking forward to the table topic discussions that will happen in the next 20 minutes. Over to you, President Toastmaster Prakash.
Thank you, Radhika. That's such a wonderful introduction. I would like to hear, like Dave said, you made my weekend. So, for the benefit of test, this is an opportunity for everyone to improve and try your hand. So we will give a topic and you can talk about that topic in 1 or 2 minutes, minimum 1 minute and maximum 2 minutes. And you'll be given 30 seconds to wind up after 2 minutes. The timer will notify you. So the topics are going to be really simple. You can talk about some real life experiences from your life, or maybe the story that you read about that topic or something related to that. So this also helps you in your daily life when you are talking to customers or when you are having a conversation with your friends to cook up something on the fly. So that's what it is going to be. I'll share my screen. I need volunteers who can volunteer, who can take up the first topic. Thomas, would you like to give it a try, the first topic?
All right, I'll go.
Yeah, your topic is, when was the last time you tried something new? When was the last time you tried something new? That's your topic.
Okay, so that's a very interesting topic to start with. First of all, I had a small problem from my childhood. I would never experiment on new things. That was a problem that I faced when I was a kid. So everybody my friends used to do sorts of things. The only way I would do, like, if I'm sure of what the outcome is. That's when I started watching some, when I grew up after joining college, I saw my friends watching some series that emboldened me. Series that would embolden you to do certain things. They say that it's just that you have to get into something, you have to fall into that, then pick yourself up. So that's how you learn how to do a new thing. So that I followed, because the last time when I did this was in college. I am a recent graduate, so when in college, I was afraid of leading a team. I don't know how to manage. I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to coordinate. I don't know how to do all these things, because these things are very essential in life, that I consider essential in my life, that I should have, that I should be prepared with. So then I actually, my friends were supportive of this. I happened to have led the team, but it wasn't a great success. But I knew I had learned something new from this experiences. So leading team has different sorts of aspects. You have to take care of all, you have to understand all others' characteristics. Being a leader is not something that you can achieve overnight. It takes lots of years of experience and practice. But this new, trying something new, this kind of thing helped me get an insight on what that was. Then recently also, I as a mechanical engineer background, I just I just happened to be introduced to the computer world, but I'm like, mechanical engineers are not, cannot be mixed up with computers. They have their own set of way of doing this. Computers are a minimal part of this, but it will change but as like my job is a developer, which is something very different or very differentiating from what I studied. And the reason I took was I wanted to learn about how these things work, how how the technology is going, how technology transcends over time. So these kinds of things that is new, that was new to me. So I just overcame the fear of trying something new like this by just getting into this thing. So that's how that are the new things that I have tried, and it was exciting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Thomas. Geetha, you can stop presenting. Yeah, that's such a wonderful thing from someone who did not do anything during childhood, or we're looking in a really comfortable environment, to someone who is trying out so many things, and especially leading during college times. That was really fantastic, because I never did that during my college days. I was basically running away from all those opportunities when I look back. And the quote that you heard from watching a series, get into something and pick yourself up. That's good. So, of course, I hope you are also doing something new by joining Toastmasters. So, yeah. So, we'll have the next topic. Who can volunteer?
Prakash, Ashik here, I can go next.
Okay, sure, yeah. I'll share my screen. Yeah, how old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? Ashik.
It's an interesting topic. Let's say I don't know the day, my date of birth, and I was thinking how old I am, and I will probably end up not in a particular specific answer. I can't find my age, like exact age. So what I would do is I will probably, if someone asks me how old are you, I would tell them that I'm not sure how old I am by physically, I don't know how old I am, but mentally I am still young, or a particular age group which I belong to. So currently I would say I am in a age group where there is a transition from the college days and to the professional life. So in between there is a age group, right? So I would belong in that age group. I'm still fond of series, movies, music, and all those things, and I am learning new things like new technologies, other stuff. So that's how I would think of my age, or I would introduce myself to someone. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashik. By the way, you are still young, actually, compared to all others here. Yeah, that's a good way of introducing yourself to someone. You're learning so many things about technologies. This is the best time to learn. Okay, we have the next topic. Who would like to volunteer? Any guest? Can see few guests. Aditya, would you like to give it a try? Santosh. Any Toastmasters would like to volunteer?
Yeah, Prakash, I'll go.
Anu, right?
No, this Jisha here.
Okay, yeah, Jisha. Fine. I'll share my screen. Which is was failing or never trying? Which is was failing or never trying? What do you, Jisha?
Yeah, Toastmaster Prakash, thank you for this topic and something, it's always to try and fail than to never try. Uh, Even if, most of the things, if you don't get success, but the trying part itself is fun. Or if you try to look back, the whole journey is more fun than the final destination. That's the thing that's always there wherever we go. And if we try and we get successful, that embolden us further to try out something new. So always trying and failing is okay, but not even giving a try is something that we should not be doing in. And there is always the fear of unknown, which is there, as Kavitha had mentioned in the beginning. Radhika had mentioned in the beginning. There's always a fear of unknown. Like for me, the fear of unknown would be like the whole existence of humankind. Like where did we come from, and what are we? We are some cells, some brains, some neurons that's working on us. So what are we? So that's something that always has excited me. And there is a fear that where are we from and where are we going towards? So that's always something which has always been a curiosity to me. So yeah, so that's Prakash that I wanted to speak about.
Thank you, Jisha. That's such a wonderful attempt. Trying is the best part. Yes, of course, I totally agree with you. And success brings in more success. I cannot, I totally agree with that point also. Once you start getting more things, you accumulate more things. So, and of course, the philosophical touch in who are we and where are we going? I always thought, I would be the one who would be thinking all those things, but Toastmasters attending a platform like Toastmasters makes you realize that there are so many people. Okay, I think Santosh is facing some audio issues. Yeah, I think a lot of people are, contemplating on this idea. That's good. So, who would like to volunteer next? Anu, Radhika,
Prakash,
Geetha.
I want to go.
Okay, yeah. Are you more worried about doing things right or doing the right things? Are you more worried about doing things right or doing the right things? Over to you, Dave.
To answer blindly, I'm worried about doing your things. First of all, you have to do some work. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. On seeing this topic, immediately what struck me is in project, most of you working under somebody or in a teamwork, we always have this question, right? When we go to our delivery manager or our supervisor, do you want quality or quantity? Do you want me to do work without any error, or do we want me to do 10 works with error? Their answer will be both. But in reality, it is very, very difficult to do the task, at least to complete some extent and satisfy the customer or manager. That is the reality. Even in my life, coming to a personal life, I always think that I have to do something very perfectly. This is what it is for me. I have to do this. But until my age, I've never seen such thing which excites me so much. One thing if I do, I think this is the right thing for me to do. And all of a sudden, I think, no, this is not the right thing. I jump to other thing. Our mind is like monkey that we keep on moving one thing to the other thing, and we still don't know what is the right thing for us. Because most of us will agree to me, we are in this IT company. How many of us really feel that your passion or your hobby is IT or coding? I think most of us will not agree to that. We would have want to become an artist, or we would have want to become into some sports or into acting, something different, which is the right thing. But where we are into something which is different. So most of us in our life have not at realized, or to me, I would say, I'm not at realized, which is the right thing for me. We do just do the things that is giving our food, I would say, or a decent way of living. Again, going to the social life as well as, you ask me, which is the right thing, or are you doing the things rightly? Today, I'm attending a Toastmaster meeting. If you ask me, is the right thing are you doing? I would say yes, blindly, I'm doing the right thing to do. Just because being here for 1 hour, I'm not only going to improve myself. More than that, I'm going to improve all the fellow Toastmasters who are with this meeting. So in this way, I'm going to make some change, or little right thing to them to improve their life. So in this current moment, to answer your question, I'm doing the right thing of being this meeting. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dave. That's such a wonderful way of connecting things from what started with quality versus quantity to perfection. I do face that problem oftentimes. I wanted everything to be perfect and putting out things at the last minute, and then finally ended up cooking up something and giving a half-baked product. And of course, what you talked about the attending Toastmasters and learning from others as well as helping others learn is the right thing. I would definitely say that I have learned quite a lot of things from all other people, maybe and pieces from all the people that who are attending every day. So thanks for that. We will go to the next topic. Who would like to volunteer? I could see one guest. Aditya, would you like to give it a try? Or Anu?
Yeah, if no guests are there, I'll try.
Okay, sure, yeah. Have you ever regretted something you did not say or do? Have you ever regretted something you did not say or do? Over to you, Master Anu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash. I think I'll be very easily able to, narrate what is the thing that I regret the most. So yes, there are lots of things I regret which I have not done in my life. But then the most critical thing that I regret about is the reason why I joined Toastmasters. Okay, I've always had this fear of unknown, the fear of public speaking, as Radhika was mentioning today. And what I've always done is I've always tried to avoid all these public speaking opportunities that I get. Be it, every meeting or every training opportunity that I used to get in my office, I used to give it to the other person. I used to make some excuses and say that, okay, I might not be able to do it. I used to pass it on to my peer. This is the 20th year in my career, and I've played a lot of roles throughout my career. And this is the one thing that I regret the most. Right from from this second year of my career, I've got a lot of opportunities to speak, to improve my public speaking skills and all that. But I never, took that opportunity. I always had a lot of excuses to say no to every opportunity that came to me. That is something I've always regretted, and that's the reason why I've joined Toastmasters. At least now, this is 20 years in my career and the 20th year I've joined. It is better late than never, and that's the reason why I'm here. So there are a lot of other regrets as well, but then if you really talk about the top regret in my life, it is the opportunities that I always missed, or the excuses I made to not to speak, not to try out public speaking. And I always regret. I hope this Toastmasters will give me a good opportunity to improve from where I am. And then that is the reason I've joined here. Yes, that's all, Prakash.
Thank you, Toastmaster. And you need to have courage to talk about this actually. And Toastmaster is a platform where you can talk about these things openly. And thanks to Radhika for bringing in this topic. I think a lot of us were able to relate to that. And of course, I can also relate. I was also in the same situation where, we passed on a lot of opportunities. I did not take a lot of opportunities in my life. And I think 2010 or 11, that's when I heard about Toastmasters. And in fact, I went to join Toastmasters, but then after seeing all the setup and how everyone is speaking, I ran away from that place. It took me nearly 9 years and a pandemic to have the courage to join Toastmasters back. But I'm not regretting that now. This is one of the best things that I have done in my life. I could see a lot of changes, and I could in fact see a lot of changes in all of you at meeting after me. So it's great. So who would like to go next? Radhika, do we have time?
We can go for one more table topic, isn't it? So we'll wind up at 12 or we will move to the evaluation at 12. So one more.
Okay, so who
I
would
can
like
see
to?
Geetha there.
Geetha would like to give it a try?
Yes.
Okay.
And Prebin also is there. If Prebin is good to go next, then we can extend it for another 10 or 5 minutes.
Yeah. So Geetha, your topic is, what do you love most about yourself? What do you love most about yourself? A special topic for you. Over to you, Geetha.
Thank you, Prakash, for the topic given. The topic is very apt for me because according to my family members as well as the people whom I associate every day, they would say that this is a child or this is a person who is very difficult to manage. So, according to my vision and my love for my life is that I don't care what people say or people think, but you do justice to your doings or do communicate well with the people, be honest to your work, be sincere to your colleagues. So all these factors make me happy, but in general, if you look at my life or with the progress in activities, I would say that with all these difficulties, I would love and enjoy my life the most because when you look at your heart and the thought process, you would see that I'm doing justice to my life. Not that I'm simply wasting my time and emboldened with my success. My life is getting more and more what? In a progressive way, it is moving forward. That I would say. This is all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Geetha. That's a really honest. That's what you talked about. I mean, I think that's what we also love about you. You're to attending these sessions. And of course, the following your heart and doing things from your heart is the best thing that anyone can do. Thanks for that message. Thank you. So Praveen, would you like to give it a try?
Yes, Prakash.
Praveen, your topic is what's one thing you really want to do? What's one thing you really want to do? Over to you, Praveen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash. This is really a nice topic. So, yeah, currently I want to do one thing is like I want to improve my speaking skill. That's in my list. I want to improve the one thing in my life. Today morning, I read one article. There I saw one quote like, there is no substitute for hard work. And I forgot the remaining things actually. Yeah, I will take that first point. There is no substitute for that hard work. So currently I'm putting my hard work in this speaking skill or improving my communication skill. And this is the one thing I want to improve in this stage. Why I'm mentioning this? Last 7 years I am in this IT field. A lot of the challenges I faced there from my childhood to still in this career. All the places I got a lot of the opportunity to speak and explore myself and prove my talent. But due to this speaking skill or due to this, what should I say? Due to that communication skill, I can't able to prove I lost most of the places actually. So I taken this one of my challenge to do the one best thing in this period. Yeah, thanks for the topic, Prakash. Over to you.
Thank you, Praveen. Yes, the realization that communication is really important, and that's the first step actually. And you have taken a good decision to join Toastmasters. It is going to bring a lot of challenges, and I think you are at the right time in your career to make this decision. And at one point in your life, you realize that most of the problems in your life could have been resolved with a good communication. That realization is the best thing that you can have, and that will further enhance your career and, of course, your personal life. Thanks. So, should we go for Radhika? Would you like to give it a try, or can we wind up?
Yes, I can go with the next topic because I need to make small, concise speeches. So I need to practice this table topics. Thank you, Prakash.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prakash.
Definitely. I would like to hear.
So pack it in 1 minute is a challenge for me.
Okay.
So
How would you describe freedom in your own words? How would you describe freedom in your own words, Radhika?
Wow, thank you so much, Prakash. This is a brilliant topic. How would I describe freedom? When you're looking at freedom as a concept, this, in my mind, freedom gives us that big canvas, the sky, with no limits. You can reach out and attain your full potential. You can do what your heart desires. You can pursue your passion. You can be your authentic, original stuff. There is no one who would stop you or put restrictions on your path from realizing your authentic, real self. That would be freedom for me. A level playing field for everyone. Everyone will be emboldened to achieve their potential. And that atmosphere, that conducive atmosphere, that would be freedom for me. That enables me to pursue my dream, that enables you to pursue your freedom or dreams without infringing on each other's rights. That is freedom for me. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prakash, for this lovely topic. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Radhika. Yes, definitely. Freedom is pursuing our dreams and living an authentic life. That's definitely what is freedom is. That message was clear, succinct, and of course, you brought in your favorite topic of fairness as well, I guess. Okay, so I guess, Kavitha, if you would like to go, we can have one more topic and then we will wind up. Kavitha.
My audio, my connection is a bit choppy, so I'll keep my video off.
Okay. So this is the last topic. What is the nicest thing someone has ever done for you? What is the nicest thing someone has ever done for you? Kavitha, over to you.
Thank you, Prakash. What is the nicest thing somebody has ever done for you? I think it's not just one person who has done nicest things. There's so many people who do very nice things for you. Like in the morning, somebody delivers you the newspaper. You feel happy. Okay, the paper is there. You can just pick it up and read it. The milk delivery boy delivers the milk packets. You don't have to go out to go to the market to fetch your grocery. That is one, I would say, blessing. Then you wake up, you have people accompanying you who say good morning, who start your day in a naughty way, who don't obey you. I'm referring to my children. Very grateful that they are in my life, adding joy, bringing challenges in every moment. Then you're grateful that you have a house to live in. Grateful that you can work from home. Grateful that you can go to office when you want to go to office. Grateful that you have a forum where you can practice your skills, speaking skills. I was in search of something 3 to 4 years. I never got that. So, and it took me 4 years to come here actually. From the day I started looking to improve my skills to understanding, there is a forum. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to the person who directed me to Toastmasters. And I'm grateful to everybody over here who is making the day better by first thing, we are shedding our inhibitions and talking very honestly. And we are giving each other feedback. We are encouraging the new members. So it is not just one person who has done anything good. It is essentially a lot of people who are bringing in a lot of good. Only one thing that your outlook. If you recognize these are good things, these are things that make you happy, then you will understand that essentially everybody is there making you grateful and happier in life. Thank you. Over to you, Prakash.
Thank you, Toastmaster. A great message. I thought, I got you there with that question, but you made me look at the newspaper person, how grateful for having someone deliver newspaper and milk packets. People are doing so many good things to us. We are not looking at that or realizing that. Thanks for that. So with that, we are winding up our tabletop session. Thanks everyone for attempting and shedding your inhibition and talking about your fear of the unknown as well as great messages. Thank you. Over to you, Radhika.
Wow. Thank you so much, Prakash. That was all encompassing. You have covered everybody on this floor. You had given opportunity, and then you had given lovely feedback also to everyone. Very, very emboldening indeed. And we are moving to the best segment on a Toastmasters Day. And today we have Dave, who is a brilliant evaluator and a listener who will be able to give us learning points. Over to you, Dave, and your tag team for the evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adri. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So I'm going to be the evaluator as well. So I'll start with my tag team report. Let me call our timer to present the report. Toastmaster Geetha. Geetha, you're on mute. Yes, Geetha, you have unmuted yourself. Yes.
I cannot able to share my screen.
You can read. That would be also fine.
Oh, okay. I will read out. The meeting started at 11:05, and the Sergeant of Arms, Ashik, he took 2 minutes 24 seconds, and the President initially he took TM Prakash, he took 2 minutes 51 seconds, and the TMOD Radhika, she took 10 minutes 11 seconds, and the General Evaluator TM Dev, he took 54 seconds, and timer Geetha, myself, when I described initially, the time was 3 minutes 8 seconds, and the Grammarian Jisha Binu, she took 1 minute 26 seconds, and the TM Anu Pumat, who did the R counter rule, she took 59 seconds, and for the ice breaking session, TM Kavitha, she took 4 minutes 59 seconds for her speech. And for the table topics, the first speaker, the guest was Thomas. He took 3 minutes 31 seconds. And the second speaker, TM Ashik, he took 1 minute 29 seconds. Speaker 3, the TM Jisha, she took 1 minute 44 seconds. Speaker 4, TM Dev, he took 2 minutes 27 seconds. Speaker 5, TM Manu Kunat, she took 1 minute 57 seconds. Again, the sixth speaker, myself, I took 3 minutes 21 seconds. Speaker 7, TM Prabin, he took 2 minutes 16 seconds. Speaker 8, TM Radhika, she took 1 minute 32 seconds. Speaker 9, TM Kavitha, she took 2 minutes 54 seconds. And this is the overall report I got for this entire session. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Geetha. That was a slow, steady, and detailed report. I have a feedback for you, and I'll come back to you later. So, moving to Toastmaster Grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Jisha. Welcoming you to present your report. Yes.
Thanks, Toastmaster Dev. So to start with, the word of the day was used by Kavitha, Thomas, myself, Jisha, and Radhika. And I could not find much of grammatical mistakes all over. Like it was when looking into Radhika's, the time when she spoke, it was so mesmerizing, and she took the topic very well. And I could, hear some of the new words like infringing, and they were good usages of the whole language. So it was overall a very good speech a very good session that she provided in. And the speaker, Kavitha, even the whole journey that she spoke of, and I could not find any of the grammatical mistakes in whatever she spoke on today. Moving on to the beginning of the session, I remember Ashik had mentioned on the things that we should not be, the topics that we should not be speaking in is politics and sex. I just want to add one more thing, that people are very sentimental about their religion, so not to speak or not to give any comments on anybody's religion or race or their, that's something that as a part of Toastmaster, we don't do that. So this is the overall report from my end, and it was a very good session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jisha. Thanks for the report. Moving on, our counter for the day, Toastmaster Anu. Let's have your report, please.
I'll just share my screen. Let me know if you're able to see.
Yes, you're able to see.
Okay, so this is what I've noted down. So doing this role, I realized every filler word used by each of you are my favorite filler words as well. So this is what I have. Toastmaster Ashik, 3 times so has been used multiple times. It's a favorite word. Then Toastmaster Prakash, we have two plus usages. Is a favorite word which has been used. It's my favorite as well. I use it every time. And has been used more than 3 times. Toastmaster Radhika, she had to speak throughout. So really amazing that she had only so many filler words. It's very less compared to what I would have made. It's like is two, is again coming a lot of times. So is also there. Toastmaster Dev is used frequently. Then so has been used. I think has been used more than once. Right is used. Toastmaster Kavitha, the prepared speech was very good. There were not much filler words getting used. In the table topics, there were a couple of things getting used, like so has been used more times, that is 3 plus. Toastmaster Geetha, is used more, is used, and or was getting used 2 times, because was getting used more than once. Toastmaster Jisha, is used and is used more, that is 3+ times. You know is again a favorite word. So is also a favorite word. There are other just one-time usages. That's okay. Prabin, Toastmaster Prabin, is used once, so is used twice. Like is coming in more than once. Then there are certain words used like lot of the what to say, which I've noted. Toastmaster Thomas, is used more, 3+ times. You know is another favorite word. So is a favorite word which is getting used. But, like, and these things. I think, yeah, that is all. So a couple of things that I could learn from all these sessions is like, the Toastmasters can, correct me if I'm wrong. So one of the tips to reduce the usage of filler words is like you have to slow down when you talk and use pauses instead of using and all that. So that is something that I realized, and I feel that is something that will help us to improve. And I'm trying to practice that because I think I use a maximum number of filler words here. Thank you, Toastmaster Dev. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anu, for that detailed report. Moving on, so I'm going to give an entire evaluation of the meeting, but before that, since I'm also the evaluator, let me first give the evaluation of Toastmaster Kavitha's speech. So starting with Toastmaster Kavitha started her icebreaker speech, but anybody thought that it's an icebreaker? I believe no, because we have seen icebreaker. For me, it was something like a third or fourth speech. That's how confident she was in her icebreaker. A little bit from every place, yes, true to the topic. If you see the entire speech was written to the title. So the main advantage of choosing the title, choosing the right title reflecting your entire speech, that's the biggest plus I would say in a speech. And second big advantage which I felt in a speech is the content. They always say content is a king. And if you see in her speech, she has structured in such a way that the places wherever she has visited, she has divided that in accordingly. Pune, what was the story all about in Pune, and Kolkata and Trichy. So this is how she has structured a speech. The way she has given the description or detailing or telling about the places in Kolkata or their food style or it took us really to describe about the place. So rather than saying about Kolkata, just Kolkata, the way she has brought that description about the place, fantastic about that way of saying this speech. And coming to some negatives is you are moving little bit to and fro when you are presenting. I think you can little bit avoid that. And in some places I could say you are reading from some book or screen. I think if you can avoid that as well, just memorize whatever it is or come from the book, it will be slightly better. And again, going back to the positive, this is one of the best positive I've ever seen a speech is you had a hobby, which is like gardening. But rather than just saying that gardening is a hobby, you brought a picture of there is a garden in front of your where you are staying in Tiruchi and you used to go there. From that context, we know that this is your hobby. So rather than blindly saying, the way you brought that up, that you really like that is fantastic. And your conclusion, although it was a sudden conclusion that we never expected you were going to conclude the speech. But the bringing back to the initial question, like a little bit from everywhere. Yeah, true, it is indeed. You had learned something from everywhere. That's the conclusion which we also got. So aptly bringing that circle back to the starting point was fantastic, but it was although sudden, but it was a apt conclusion. And going back to the one of the negative, when you had a expression of sadness, like in some part of your speech, you had your father met with an accident. It was really a sad moment, but which was not expressed in your tone or in your gesture. You were a little bit. It was not reflecting. So rather, you can dip your tone when you say that my father really met with an accident. So that way, whatever you are conveying by words will also convey by your gestures and your tone. So overall, it was a great content, fantastic way of concluding. Slight improvement to your presentation, avoiding the to and fro movement and reading, memorizing and saying it, and bringing the tone and gestures also into what you are really saying will improve your speech to the next level. But it was really, and once again saying, it was not an icebreaker speech. It was for me, it was a third level speech, third project. Thank you, and all the best for your next project. So that is my evaluation for Toastmaster Kavitha. So moving on to the overall evaluation of the entire meeting, let me share my screen. I'll go slightly faster because as you know that we are running short of time. We started on time, and as I told in the earlier meeting, we had a proper agenda. We had that posters ready. Everything was ready and shared to every one of us. So that was fantastic planning. And coming to each role player, Toastmaster Ashik, starting with the surgeon at arms. Green, I denote that is the positive, and yellow, slight improvement which we can do. He had a very informal intro saying about what was his weekend and about the cartoon network. It really brought hook to us rather than the formal way of starting it. And smiled. He really applauded those who were present in the meeting that you were all great faces on a Saturday morning. That really made happy for most of us. So that way of applauding, really appreciate that. And slight improvement, I would say, Ashik, is whatever the rules you are saying, maybe you can have a single slide PPT, the major rules put together, and you can share it and walk you through. That will be slightly better. That's for Ashik. And moving on to the President Prakash, he has a very good way of introduction of most of us, like the way he introduced the Toastmaster of the day, or the way he calls the guests. Make sure that guests are comfortable. That is the most fundamental thing in any Toastmaster meeting, and that's the job of a president. And he has done to that role to the T's. He has introduced the guests, make sure they are comfortable, and brought that energy. Slight improvement. I think your hand gestures were completely missing. Maybe it was your screen were pushed in such a way that your hands were not able to see that hand gesture. So this will be impacted when you have that real physical meeting. So I would say slowly you can practice that use of hand gestures, and maybe slightly a personal experience of about the theme, like a small 1 or 2 minute story of where you had this theme impacting your life, or what happened in your last 1 week, something fascinating stories you would have seen in TV or newspaper on your work life. We can say some snippet of it for a minute or two, which will really bring more attention. And applauding, that is the one rule I would say, I would like to say for everyone. Make sure you unmute and applaud each and everybody. That is the thing which are missing in the virtual medium, but we have to bring that back. Moving on to the Toastmaster of the day, fantastic. I would say this was one of the fantastic theme and content of delivering a Toastmaster of the day. Great way of before the meeting she had the proper planning of make sure all the role players are in roll call of role player, the way she introduced each role player, and the very good content on the team. Instead of just saying about it, she has properly researched about it and had a good message or content to deliver on the theme. Very good team. Most of the time we have, yeah, I am into Toastmasters for the last 3 to 4 years, but I've never seen a team like that. That's a unique thing, a unique aspect of this meeting, that we brought something new theme, which is going to impact everyone. Everyone can relate to this thing. That is the best thing I could say about this thing. And not just she has mentioned about theme, she has given us a solution as like how we can overcome this problem, and that is the one best thing we can take away. Slight improvement, I would say, hand gestures again. I think that those were missing, and timing. She had a 10 minute of state speech at the start. I would say rather we can split it up, maybe some part at the start, and then bring in the press feature and divide the second part and then third part, so that people listen to different voices and then bring back your content. Maybe solutions, the solution part separately after the table topic, something like that. You can divide your speech in the various part of the meeting. That I would say as one of the feedback. And yes, instead of asking a chat message of asking about them in the you can just ask, unmute yourself and get their opinion. It would be better, slightly better, so that you make sure that most of us are listening and everybody is paid, given equal importance. So instead of getting chat, I would say the slight suggestion is to get the ask the audience, or you can still directly point, Prakash, can you unmute, can you speak about what you feel about it? A slight 1 minute or 30 seconds, which will just bring in then more interaction. Moving on to the timer role, but fantastic job, Toastmaster Radhika. Really love your way of delivering the content and the meetings, handling of the meeting. Moving on to the timer role, timer Geetha, this is the one thing I have to give a suggestion. You had a very slow, steady, and complete introduction of the role. I really love the way you speak. It is very slow with pauses. You know the way I feel that you know what you are speaking. So there is no issue in our rooms. but slight improvement, I would say the timing card or mechanism. Instead of giving that PPT, you can change your virtual background. Maybe some of a member can help you on that part. And overall time check. So make sure that the overall meeting is running on time. So wherever you feel that some part is extending, you can inform that particular person, like Toastmaster of the year, tabletop master, we are running short, you have to bring that back. So that it's your equal responsibility as Toastmaster of the year as well as the timer to make sure the meeting ends on time, so that you can take care. And third, timing of your report. When you are presenting a report, even your report is having a timing, you have to present your report in a very short manner in 2 minutes. So you can just share your screen, run over through, highlight the major areas where they have given, rather than individually going to it. A slight improvement, or you can itself present a report, make sure it is less than 2 minutes. That is one of the advantage, one of the tips I would say. Moving on to the arc counter, Toastmaster Anu, very good explanation of role, explanation with the PPT, and you had a report with the PPT. A slight improvement, I would say, is uploading, so that if you feel anybody has not used any filler word, make sure you unmute and give a good round of applause to them. And a tip, one tip or two tip, which you can say to us to avoid this filler word. This is, I would say, like a general command for all the role player, a tip to improve a grammarian aspect, a tip to improve the, to avoid those filler words from your side. That will be slightly better. But overall, you did a fantastic job on the control. Coming to the grammarian role, Jisha, thanks first of all for taking up the role in your second meeting. One advantage is like you explained the word of the day with a slide, so that it was most of us could really understand what it is and how you have used it. And again, when you present your report, it will be slightly better if you have a report with good usages and bad usages, and uploading wherever you feel somebody has used better. Like when you can really upload, Radhika has done a fantastic job, super usage of grammar in entire 10 minutes, something like that. And eye contact, I think slightly you are seeing below in your entire report, you are seeing like this. So you can maybe have it in the screen and see it on the web camera. And as a slight tip, that's one more session I would say. Coming to the table topic master, a very good comment on his speech. This is a project in Toastmaster itself. Like, how do you listen to a table topic speech and comment about that? And I think Toastmaster Prakash has successfully completed it, because he listened to every speech and he commented about it. That's a fantastic way of handling a table topic. Great topic. And he encouraged everybody, not only members, guests, made sure that everybody is in the meeting and are speaking. And slight area I would say is maybe timing and uploading. You can really have that sound of real upload, so that they get really encouraged, Prakash. So with that, I think I am also taking so much time. Back to you, Toastmaster Adri. Thank you.
We all deserve applauding each other, a pat on the back. Excellent. So over to you, President Prakash, for concluding.
We have the quiz session. Praveen, are you ready?
Yeah, yes, Prakash, I have created few questions. If time
Okay,
allows,
we can quickly go through it, and then after that.
Yeah, hi team. This quiz section mainly for how your listening skills we can test it via that quiz. I will share my screen. Please let us know once screen is visible. Yeah. My screen is visible, right?
Yes, Cartoon Network.
Yeah, who is that?
Anu.
Your psychological name of the fear of unknown. If you are the owner of the word, then you don't need to say that. Give opportunity to others.
Is that xenophobia?
Yes. Who is that?
Ashik.
Yeah, okay. Two best things in Kolkata mentioned by Kavitha.
Sweets and art.
Who is it? Dove.
Thomas.
Thomas.
No, not me here.
What's Kavitha's child name? She mentioned in that icebreaker speech.
She has one son and daughter.
Yeah, boy and a girl.
Yeah, one boy and girl. Anyone?
Nitya?
Yeah, another one name.
Nitya and...
Starting with S.
Yes, correct.
Yes, correct.
That's brilliant listening skills.
Yeah, Nitya and Siddharth.
Siddharth.
Siddharth, okay.
Siddharth, okay.
Who is graduated from mechanical engineering in this meeting?
Thomas.
Thomas.
Okay.
Not answered by Thomas.
Oh, okay.
No answered.
I think Vignesh also is there. Okay.
Vignesh. Oh, okay.
Jisha talked about which table topic?
Forgot that.
The opportunity she missed, or
Failing and never trying it.
Oh, regret.
Yeah.
Attending Toastmasters is help learning from others. Who said this in this table topic section?
Prakash.
I think Dev. said-
Okay. What's up?
Yeah, who said this actually? Okay, no one.
Dev, right?
Yeah, you said this actually. Yeah. Yeah, this is a few questions I collected from that meeting. Yeah, thank you all. Thanks for the cooperation. So Anu is the top, I think. Good listening skill. Who answers? Yeah, thank you, team. I think time is up.
Okay. Thanks everyone for attending this session. It was such a great session with a lot of information and a lot of things to learn. So I think we actually took more time, but I think it's worth it actually. You gave a really beautiful and really great feedback to everyone. Thanks for that. And of course, Radhika, you did a wonderful topic, selected a wonderful topic. And I mean, things like this, that's what makes coming to Toastmasters really worth actually, without you realizing that you are pushing someone to take steps to improve their life. And we are learning from everyone actually. So it's really great. And Ashik is going to share the. Ashik, can you please share the voting link, best speaker and best role player? Please take a moment to vote for the best speaker and role player. So it's a great the fear of the unknown. I think like Radhika said. I did not realize that nothing was coming to my mind, but when she started listing down the things, and I realized that I was having all these things. In fact, there was one incident where we moved to a new office, and it's a isolated place with great scenery, and the lift they have created a lift with the the open glass lift. I got into the lift, and when it started, moving up, that's when I realized that I was afraid of height. Actually, it was moving so fast. I didn't realize that until then. I had this problem. But anyway, I'm regularly now going using that lift to get out of that fear. So, I think did you all vote for the best speaker? And can you announce the results?
There is no response yet. I think
Okay.
see.
Can you please just take a moment to vote for the best speaker?
Yeah, wait, I submitted.
Okay.
Let me check once.
Yeah, I can share my screen.
Okay.
Hope you can see my screen. Hello.
Yeah. We can see that.
So we got 9 responses, which clearly says Tribal Topicsmaster Prakash is the best role player. And moving on to best table topic speaker, it's Kavitha.
Yeah. Great, Kavitha. Thank you. So With that, let me conclude the meeting officially, and we can stay back. Thank you everyone for making this a fabulous session. The meeting.